Thursday, Sunrise Extra. We were just talking about this show. We've been doing this, whatever this is, for what, 2 years?
2+. I feel it was like March of 2019 when we began the Extra Journey.
Crazy, right?
And we were all like, what?
Newsroom. We used
What
to
do we
sit
have to
next to
do?
each other.
We're doing Extra? You mean after the show's over, we're going to do more show online? Oh, the nerve.
Fun. This is way more fun.
Now,
Director Brian says, and we can always wrap up early.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Thanks,
We used to
Brian.
get to
What's that,
sit.
Rod?
We used to get to sit during the show.
Yes.
Two members are still sitting,
Now
Rod.
we're
Look
standing.
up.
Are they sitting?
Yeah, look up and you'll see two people who are currently sitting.
I'm stuck standing.
You can pull up a chair.
No, if I do that, look what happens.
They can adjust the
No, not
camera.
that chair.
No,
Tall
this
chair in the
this
room.
camera is on stilts.
Yep. Yeah, that camera can't
That's
be
all right.
adjusted.
Your forehead
There's
looks
a
great.
show like that, though, that'd be kind of fun. Okay, we're talking about Earth Day today, this Thursday. It's World Earth Day. We want to know, like, what things have you incorporated in your life today or recently or as an adult that you never used to do, that's kind of become commonplace? And people have already been weighing in on this. Linda says she started using vinegar and Epsom salt to kill weeds instead of awful herbicides and
one.
insecticides. Pat says we have a 20,000 watt solar array and a new electric vehicle.
Nice.
Wow, that's super
That's
cool.
a lot.
Yeah.
That's going all the way.
Yeah, no kidding.
That is going all the way on this Earth Day. And I was thinking it could be simpler things, like maybe you stopped keeping the water running when you brush your teeth. You get the toothbrush wet, you turn it off, you brush for 2 minutes, and then you turn the water back on because
Sure.
you're saving 2 minutes worth of water there.
Yeah.
Or maybe like my mom does, when you're in the shower, you turn the water off as you wash your hair. I can't commit to that. She turns the shower off, she washes her hair, and then she turns it back on the water to rinse the hair off. And did you just get a chair, Ron?
Hey, it's a whole new world.
Engineer Sean brought me a chair. Let me
Look.
tell you, this makes
Pretty
Rod
nice,
happy.
right?
One left
Makes me
standing.
happy.
There's another chair around
I'm thinking
here.
about, I could probably get up on this table that's in front of me
you're
and
gonna
do
split
like
your pants, man. You've already had a
sit
hard
yoga
day.
style.
Whew, I feel like a new man.
Okay. Everyone weigh in with us. What little things do you guys do? Brenda, I know you always have a bunch of tricks up your sleeve. What are you doing?
You know what? I don't even think on it anymore. I do the turning off the water. I always turn off the lights, when I leave a room. I remember that was ingrained in me, back in the 70s when I was a kid and my mom, we had the energy crisis. I know you guys know about that. But we would leave the lights on all the time. And she was like, turn off the lights, turn off the lights, turn off the lights. I still go behind everybody and turn off TVs if they leave the room. Yeah. Every time I leave a room, I turn off a light. I think
my dad did that, but it was because of the bill he didn't want to pay.
Same, that's probably true too.
My kids are terrible at that. What do you think the punishment should be? Seriously, because I'm trying to figure out I'm years now. They're
Why don't
13.
you do an incentive? Like when they do it right, catch them doing something good.
You get a nickel every time.
Really? I got to walk
pay
around
more
and see
than
if the
that.
lights are off, and if they are, I got to give them something?
I said just incentive. Maybe it's taking them somewhere.
No, Drew.
I don't
Make them
know.
do something that you don't like doing around.
Because they will. The other day I counted. I yelled.
Dog poop?
I said, everyone, stop what you're doing. Come upstairs. Count with me the lights that are on. Both of their bedroom lights were on. 2 lights in the bathroom and 1 in the hallway. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Turn the lights off.
Yeah.
I like the chef that you profiled this week, Nina, because she gave some great tips in the kitchen.
Yeah, she had
Sarah,
awesome ones. She
the
said
Top Chef contestant.
she's on Top Chef, which airs tonight on Bravo. If you kind of want watch her, she's still going strong. She is doing a cooking class tonight at 6. That's $10 online, and it's all about sustainability. But she had good ideas. Like instead of, and I am guilty of this, I use, paper towels to kind of clean the kitchen counters, or I'll get one wet to kind of scrub something, off, or I get a bunch to clean the stove, with 409 or whatever. And she said, do what chefs and kitchens all over this world do and buy a bunch of kitchen rags, like at a restaurant supply store, because they're super absorbent. You just throw them in the wash and you just kind of fold another corner and then use another corner of it, and you're not throwing that stuff in the trash. What else did she say? Do a bunch of fridge clean out meals.
And then the dishwashing thing.
Oh,
She had a certain way that she did that caught my
And I need to do that too. I always leave the water running while I'm washing the dishes. But she said, get a little tub in your sink, or put the stopper in and fill it up a little way with soapy water and just use that, and then only turn the water on to rinse.
Yeah, no, that's good
That was easy. Freeze your food instead of, throwing out something you can't use, or if you have some leftovers, Drew.
Yes.
You and I are kind of leftover.
Kings and queens? King and
Yes.
queen? I don't know.
Almost,
Where,
yeah.
where were you going with that one? I don't
We are
We're good about getting rid of the
particular
leftovers, right?
about eating the leftovers. That's
Yeah.
I went through 3 words in my head that I shouldn't say, and then I got too particular. So
Can I tell you what I did the other day with the leftovers?
to freeze them. Yeah.
We ordered from one of our favorite restaurants. I've talked about it before. It's called Lynn City Pub. From that meal, only a couple of things were left over. The boys ordered chicken tenders tossed in buffalo sauce. So there was only one of those left over, and there were some tater tots. They ordered tater tots with there. So the next morning I get up for work and I put those 2 things,
that's a good-
the buffalo tossed chicken strip and a few tater tots. I heated them up in the oven while I was getting ready upstairs, and then I got a bagel out and I toasted that, and I stuck the chicken tender and the tots on a bagel and had a breakfast sandwich.
That's a lot of carbs, my friend.
Wow,
that's interesting. I
That's
like
way
your
to save
ingenuity.
The planet, Drew? Is that right?
Yeah, I saved the planet that day, Rod.
It's basically a hash brown.
Yeah.
You know, tater tots.
Tasted good. A
just different
sesame
shape.
bagel like that. Sesame seed bagel.
So Howard Wright has a good one. He says, even though my apartment complex doesn't have a recycle bin, I
What?
still put recycling in a bin and then dump it at work.
Oh, good for you. They
Yeah,
don't have
absolutely.
a recycle bin at your apartment?
Isn't that surprises me? I figured that would
Well,
be some
some
sort of
rural areas don't. Like my in-laws live in Roseburg. There's no recycling there. You have to like take it to the landfill recycling area. They don't do it.
I did a profile on Metro this week and some of the recycling stuff that we all can do, and that's one of their initiatives for the future. There's no timeline on it, but they want to standardize all the recycling things statewide. So no
Yes,
matter where you
amen.
live, if you're Central Oregon, Eastern Oregon, Southern Oregon, or here in the metro area, the rules would be the same. Everybody would have it.
That makes sense. don't
Sure
you think?
does.
You know what makes me so mad, and we need to fix it like fast, is we cannot keep putting food at the grocery store into plastic containers. You know, like quick to go food or grapes or cut watermelon in plastic. I mean, you're putting something as fleeting as food that's gone in an instant in something that is permanently there forever.
Yeah.
And no matter what they little stamp, you know, with a little
Right.
recycle thing, it's not recyclable.
So
Or
like-
those clamshells that have, you know,
Yeah.
beautiful lettuce or like a butter head of lettuce. It's all going in the garbage.
It
you
is
know? And you're buying
recyclable.
organic and
We
all this
choose
beautiful
not to.
stuff, but then you're throwing it in the trash.
Good point.
What were you saying,
Please,
Rod?
I
companies.
say those containers are recyclable, but we choose not to. There's a huge, there's
China used to take it,
There's
now
a
they don't
huge
anymore.
issue with the fact that we have not developed markets
Yes.
for our recyclable goods. I mean, this really came to light, I thought, some years back when China said, hey, we're not going to stop taking as much of your stuff, U.S., and then we had to cut back on what we put in the recycle bins. And if you did some digging online, you would realize, in what world am I saving the planet if I buy a gallon of milk and then put my plastic jug in a recycle bin, and then that plastic jug actually ends up on a barge or an ocean liner and goes to China,
Right.
where they do something with it? You think about something that
Yeah, the
does not
transportation
make
cost.
sense.
Right.
That does not make sense. I'm sorry.
Recycling
It just does
is
not.
huge, huge business. You hit the nail on the head when you said develop a market for it, because clamshells are already, in many cases, they've already been recycled from other things, and so it doesn't go through the process as well. According to Metro, that's what they told me. It's just less quality, less sturdy for the people who are buying it to turn it into something else, and that's also part of the problem. They have specific things that they can make into a quality product, and clamshells are not one of them, according to Metro.
But isn't there some way? It seems to me like, Brenda, there should be some way. I hate to say legislate, but there should be some way we can do something where it mandates our U.S. companies to use more percentage of recyclable goods in the products that we all get accustomed to buying and using.
Yeah.
I just think we really need to take huge steps toward that.
Maybe that's something we can do. We're looking, you know, they say the U.S. doesn't make anything anymore. Maybe we can manufacture something like that,
Yeah.
a different stream for those recyclables. I don't know.
I'd like to find something that replaces styrofoam. That is my least favorite of all
I never have any styrofoam. Where are you getting it?
It's only during the holidays. You order a big package, like something like furniture. Like if you have furniture delivered to your house, you have to put together yourself. It usually comes, packed with the styrofoam to protect it. We had a table for ping pong this year was an example. But it usually only during the holidays does this show up, and I'm like, I actually start to hate the holidays now because of the styrofoam.
You can take it, right?
I know, yeah. It's not as easy as it is to get rid of your cans and bottles on Monday morning.
At the curb,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Julie Wyatt, she's on fire, bought bidet toilet seats, no more TP wasted. And then she said she also bought reusable silicone zippered bags to replace the Ziplocs, the plastic bags.
I have those too. Those are awesome.
yeah,
My
Grace-
husband uses one of those butt washers as well. I've never used it.
Also called a bidet.
Washers.
Yeah.
It's a butt washer. It shoots ice cold water.
Where does he use that at?
It's attached. You put it under the toilet seat.
Oh, so it's
You attach it to your toilet.
So he brings it with him when he uses it?
No, it's just
Like he walks in the
on
bathroom, I'm ready to go, and he's got this in his hand?
No,
How do you
it's
not
on
use
our
it?
home toilet.
It's only a toilet that he uses?
I just choose not to turn the knob to wash it.
All right, I don't know how it works. We never had a bidet in our Carney house.
No, they make
Angular.
them now. You can get. I mean, God, the world of toilet seats has really come a long way. We went to Thailand, and in our hotel room in Thailand, all of the toilets over there. Well, at the
Where you stay?
big places, yes, they have like seat warmers, which was amazing. A warm toilet seat in the middle of the night. They have women washers, they have dude washers, they have lights that come on, whatever. So on Amazon, they have this thing that has a little control on the side, and you fit it under, like in the bolts on the toilet seat.
Yeah.
And you plumb it into the toilet water intake thing. And you turn that thing and it goes for however long you want.
Does that give you a little zip feeling?
I've
the
never
first
done
time
it.
you do
I don't want to know. I don't do it.
If you turn it on hard enough, will it
But
come through
he
your mouth?
swears by it. It's like, it would be too surprising to me, I think.
Could your husband turn into some sort of water feature?
He loves it.
If you put it on full blast?
He's like, why would you ever use a dry towel? If you were all covered in mud from gardening, would you get a paper towel and wipe it down? No, you would wash it with water. Which makes
Did
total
you have
sense.
to use the mud analogy?
I'm just saying gardening.
Dave, will you ever be able to go to work again and live this down?
Oh, he will talk about it with anyone that wants to listen. He loves it.
Director Brian Matthews, do you have any video or pictures that support this conversation?
Oh, yeah.
Anything?
Yeah. Look it up on Amazon. They have a bunch of them.
What some people do more simply is they choose not to flush after number one. They only flush after number two.
It still smells in there.
Yeah, I don't
Ooh.
go. I don't go that far either. But I thought maybe, Rod, that's something that you practice.
Wait a minute. I lost because I'm fascinated with Julie Wyatt's
What'd she
remark.
say?
She says ours have heated seats,
Yeah.
warm water, nightlight, and an air dryer.
Oh, you got the warm water. See, Julie, we don't have a plug-in, obviously, in our like little toilet room. So you can get a lot more features if you have an electrical outlet.
Well, isn't there a point? I don't need me doing my business to be an all-out production.
If you have a warm seat, let me tell you, it's pretty nice. But then you do use toilet paper to, so it's your bottom is not wet.
Again, we
Okay,
started
water.
Sunrise Extra 2 years ago, and you can see.
Howard
based
Wright
on
was
this
asking.
morning,
I'm not
How's
sure
your
it'll
underwear not
last
get
another
wet?
2 years.
why it's lasted this long.
Quite
This is the beauty of it,
frankly.
you guys. We can talk about anything.
So Michael Garrison is online. He's
Please.
talking about like butcher and meat type things.
Oh, yeah.
The meat products need to be wrapped like the old days, he says. My mother used to be a meat wrapper at a butcher shop and in stores, and they do it
instead
in
of like a
those old
styrofoam
paper.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
instead of all the plastic.
Yes.
Eric Smith weighing in on the whole styrofoam controversy says, I haven't found a place in South Salem to recycle anything but cardboard.
Yeah.
I have to drive to the other side of town and go to the dump. I feel bad, but not much else I can do. I just try to cut down on plastic waste.
I guess that is like, I just never think of that as styrofoam, but obviously it is. But like on the bottom, everything of chicken that you're not getting from the butcher who's getting it out of the case. Why did we do that? Is that so we don't have to talk to someone at the store and we can just like grab it ourselves?
I don't know. But we do need to make progress. This whole packaging thing, right? There's so many things that we need to look at. I mean, it's great to think that, we recycle things, but I don't know. Personally, I'm just really disappointed how long it's taking us to make significant changes in the way we package things, how we use recyclables in terms of developing markets, as I mentioned earlier. It just seems like it's taken us a while to get going.
What happens, Brenda, you just did a story on recycling. So what happens when people, and I have to believe that, I don't even know what kind of number to put on it, but a large portion of the people that are sticking materials into their recycling bins every week are sticking some things that don't belong in there, and they're not doing it maliciously or purposely. They think that it's recyclable and it's not, right? Because we talk about all these items all the time. One comes to mind would be like the pizza box. It's so cardboard. It so perfectly fits in that recycling bin, but if it has grease on it, you're not supposed to put it in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Metro calls that wish recycling.
Wish recycling. So what happens when it gets to the
that it's recyclable, so you toss it in, and when it gets to the actual facility, they have to take those apart and pull them out, and it's like a sorting thing by hand, or with machines or whatever. Sometimes they have to do it by hand.
So it doesn't ruin the whole lot that comes from that bin. It just takes longer for them to recycle that bin because it has materials that don't belong in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure in every case, but yes, certainly that is the case sometimes.
Drew, we typically I will check, but often the top of the pizza box is clean. So I'll rip that off, put that in the recycle.
So if you're interested, there's a
other
website.
part.
It's called Recycle or Not, and it's mobile friendly. So if there is something, I mean, you can literally be inside or in your garage or wherever you keep your recycle bins, and you can just call it up and go, is this recycling? You can upload pictures of whatever you're asking about to Metro's Instagram account, and they'll answer you.
You can also put pizza boxes in your yard debris.
Yeah,
thing.
that's a good point.
Since they're not recyclable. New season starts a thing today. I know, Brian, you just told me this in my ear, but I don't know what it is. I'm sure is it an electric car? It's an electric car. Okay, new seasons today, though, starts no more single-use water bottles will be sold in any new seasons from now on. Single use. They will sell the big jugs of water, and no. They said there's like fiber ones too, and even glass. Like you'll have to bring your own water bottle, reusable water bottle, and you can fill up water there somehow. But they're going to get rid of all of that starting today. So that's a pretty big commitment from a major store.
At least the water bottles are recyclable, but it's a consumption issue, isn't it?
Sure, yeah.
It is crazy how big that business has gotten, right? The bottled water business in general. Like I'm sure Brenda, Rod, Nina, you all remember. Like I remember being a kid at the grocery store when you would first start to see like those big, 24 packs of bottled water, and I used to think, why is anyone spending money on water?
You just turn the faucet on.
We had that at home already, but obviously it took off.
I know, I'm the same person that said nobody would spend $3 to buy a cup of coffee too. So
yeah,
boink.
I wish I had the idea. Jennifer Taft points out that the cannabis industry needs to do a better job of plastic packaging everything, like cutting back on some of that.
Eric Smith.
Eva had a funny one. I was just trying to scroll back and find it. She says, gave birth to our third child on the first Earth Day while listening to a radio urging everyone to have only 2 kids. Oops.
She said it was her third child?
Yes.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
No
Can't
going back
stop
now.
the train.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Courtney Willingham on YouTube, I was trying to kind of decipher this. You were asking earlier, like for your sons, Drew, what should you do to kind of get them to turn the lights off? She says, ask them in a calm way first and tell them the next time. And then the last time they do it, put a mini lock through the charge cord plug into their iPad or tablet or whatever their game is, and they'll soon get it. I don't know how you'd lock it.
No, that's a great idea.
Lock up,
However,
like,
you have
the
to
charger?
execute that.
I know
That
what she
would be,
means, yeah.
that's nice. That's a good idea.
I will tell you, the calm conversation happened 4 years ago. Just that's
been that
come and
long.
gone. So now we're on to some other versions of the conversation.
Yeah, if you take away the plug for the game.
Or if I just take away the pad, and then when they go to look for it, and go, where's that? I go, oh, sorry, yeah, I took that away when I had to turn off all your lights.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll sink in that way.
Yeah,
like it.
that's good.
Thank you, viewer suggestion. Calm is the key.
Parenting tips here. Let's see.
Jim
Julie
Harris?
Wyatt has
Yeah.
bought automatic on and off motion activated light switches. Then they go off automatically. We put one of those in our closet and it's awesome. You can set it to like 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And as you're in there, it's on. And then if you walk, you just walk away and then it turns off.
Yeah, I mean, we have those at the station, right?
Pretty nice,
Yeah, I mean, I think she's saying that in response to like my situation
Yeah.
with the boys. But you know what? I'm sorry, I'm not going to replace every light in the house so that it turns off automatically just because
Right.
they can't remember to turn the switch off.
No.
Yeah.
That's not the point here, Julie. But I appreciate the sentiment.
Eric Smith said, could an infrastructure bill, the federal one that's going through right now, help build more recycling centers?
But then you have to have a market to purchase
Right,
and
right.
to develop and manufacture the recycled goods. Yeah.
They have those. Have you guys ever bought any like beer or wine that's in those reusable bottles at all? Have you heard about those? Where you
No.
wash them and you can return them, and then the
Like a- yeah,
distillers or the beer makers like wash them out and reuse them.
A growler?
No, like actual, just regular 12-ounce beer bottles.
Huh.
Didn't they do that years ago with like Coca-Cola bottles? I remember somebody would take them away.
Was that
They're
new
pretty
Coke?
heavy. I mean, they're
Actually rewash them.
seriously like,
Yeah.
glass.
Yeah.
But I know there's a couple breweries in town that only use those now.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. All right, you guys. Well, today is KGW Good Energy Day. We have all kinds of great tips on our website of things that you can do at home. We have a whole game that used to be called bingo, and I don't know what it's called, but there's a bunch of great ideas that you can kind of incorporate. You can print it out or just download it on your phone and follow those. So we'll have a bunch of other stories throughout the day and also on our website. We will see you for Friday tomorrow. Bye.